Welcome to 2025 Kaspersky Industrial CyberSecurity Essential Updates Overview. Today's video will show and explain the most significant changes made to Kicks for Nodes in version 4.5. The list shows major changes introduced to the product. Let's briefly review them. Starting from release 4.5, all functionality of Kaspersky Endpoint Agent application was integrated to the Kicks for Nodes as built-in Endpoint Agent. Now it is possible to use install Kicks for Nodes as a remote monitoring point for Kicks for Networks by listening network communications in Promiscuous Mode on host's designated network interface. Built-in ICS exclusion profiles can be imported to optimize endpoint protection software performance on hosts. New and updated component features. Added new Performance Analyzer task which simplifies performance optimization. Sigma rules collections were updated with new rule sets for industrial software and user access control. BadUSB attack prevention component allows to verify connected human interface devices. Kaspersky Security Gateway now allows to pass asset security status data to industrial systems over OPC-UA protocol. Endpoints telemetry data from Windows hosts can now be integrated to Kicks for networks over data diodes using MQTT protocol. This feature shall be explained in dedicated Kicks for Networks video. Follow the link to view the complete feature list. Endpoint Agent is now integrated into Kicks for Nodes. It is possible to select how Endpoint Agent should be deployed. Two installation options are available: standalone or integrated with Kicks for Nodes. Integration with Kicks for Networks can be configured both from Local Management Console or KSC policy. Please be aware that all endpoint configuration options were moved to Kicks for Nodes policy. Kicks for Nodes tasks list now contains Endpoint Agent tasks, like Security Audit, Run Process, Terminate Process, Indicator of Compromise Scan, Get File, Move File to Quarantine, as well as Delete File. Let's move on to Promiscuous Mode feature. By default, Kaspersky Industrial CyberSecurity for Nodes collects network traffic arriving at network interfaces of the computer and addressed to the computer on which the application is installed. In Promiscuous Mode, the application collects network traffic for network interfaces of the computer coming from all available subnets. The application uses the collected traffic to generate extended telemetry. We've enabled Promiscuous Mode. Let's see what assets are present in Kicks for Networks. Now we shall provide a copy of span traffic from previously undetected network to the designated network interface on host. As you can see, Kicks for Networks received extended telemetry data from host which contains assets located in other industrial network. Please be aware that additional network traffic shall have effect on host performance. Functional testing should be performed prior enabling feature in production environment. Next feature is Industrial Control System Exclusion Profiles. It is possible to import built-in exclusion profile locally during installation process or manage profiles during operation via KSC policy. Applying profiles shall minimize performance impact to particular industrial applications installed on hosts. Please be aware that exclusions configured in policy shall have impact on all policy-affected hosts. Exclusions which were added locally on hosts shall not be displayed in the policy. Release 4.5 brings multiple changes to existing Kicks for Nodes features and components. Device control now incorporates Wi-Fi control component. Three modes are available to control Wi-Fi networks: allow, block all, or block all networks except for trusted ones. Anti-Cryptor can monitor local folders as well as shared folders. Firewall Control was renamed to Firewall and can now work in three modes. First is when it controls Windows Firewall. Second is a test mode when users can check and verify custom rules before implementing the third mode. Third is to use Kix for Node's native firewall without Windows Firewall. New System Integrity Monitoring component combines file and registry monitoring features. Remediation Engine lets Kix for Nodes to roll back actions that have been performed by malware in the operating system, including rollback of file and registry activities, termination of processes, network activity block of malware, and affected processes. Now let's move on to the new Performance Analyzer task, which can be executed from KSC. It helps to determine processes with most frequent file operations. Let's run the task and view results. Detected top contributing processes and files can be added to the policy exclusions to optimize Kix for Node's performance on hosts. Next feature is new rules collections for Sigma component. Sigma Engine allows to use public or built-in rule collections to parse host log files and detect anomalies which may be a sign of malicious activity. New collections are available in the anomaly detection using Sigma Rules section of Kix for Nodes policy. Siemens Collection can detect anomalies in SIMATIC PCS7 distributed control system software, as well as anomalies for WinCC SCADA system. Yokogawa Collection can detect anomalies in Centum VP distributed control system and its components. Users are strongly advised to enable rules applicable only for currently configured Centum VP security model to avoid false positive detection events. User access control rules are general and not specific to any industrial control system. UAC Collection monitors Windows event log for user account-related events, like privilege escalation or log-in/log-out actions. Next feature is BadUSB attack prevention. This component is disabled by default and should be enabled during application installation process. Some viruses modify the firmware of USB devices to trick the operating system into detecting the USB device as a keyboard. As a result, the virus may execute commands under your user account to download malware or execute malicious actions. When a USB device is connected to the computer and identified as a keyboard by the operating system, the prevention component prompts the user to enter a numerical code generated by the application from this keyboard or using on-screen keyboard if available. If the code has been entered correctly, the application saves the identification parameters of the keyboard and the number of the port to which it has been connected to the list of authorized keyboards. Let's move on to security data integration over OPCUA protocol. Kaspersky Security Gateway application should be installed separately to allow data integration to industrial systems. Now we are configuring asset status to be passed over OPCUA protocol to the industrial control system. Here we have a configured OPCUA client on industrial control system side. We've configured OPC tag within control module and now can see assets current status. This concludes Kix for Node's new features overview. Please follow the links to view complete list of changes for Kix products. Thank you for watching.